Well, hey, everyone. Good morning. Happy Tuesday. Welcome to the Blue Gamer Bluecast Morning Show. I'm your host, Adam Blue, 30 plus year video game enthusiast and industry analyst. And today, for January 13th, 2026, I'll go through the latest gaming news, what I've been playing, et cetera, et cetera. But I got to say, I, for a while now, the news has been very boring. Video game news has been boring. I wonder if that's like where things are going. Like over time, certain hobbies kind of change. Like the loudest, I guess, noise that the video game industry makes is this crazy toxicity on social media. And here's what I think it is. It's like video games as a hobby is such a low barrier to entry. But there's also so much IP intertwined. I think it's like the biggest immersive hobby, wide mainstream immersive hobby that exists right now. And because of that, you're getting all types of people, all ages. It kind of then, what is it, filters down to the most common, I forget what the actual term for that is. So then when you go online anywhere to look for, it's like, I feel like I have to maybe understand or notice habits have changed in terms of how I need to seek out information. Like really, even though I've known, hey, avoid social media a bit. I mean, it seems like it really is. Um, because sometimes I'll look at news and I'm like, wait a minute, this news is really just something from something someone said on Twitter, and then it became this, and it's like I don't need to follow that string of information. So it's just something I've been thinking about when I'm like trying to look up news and all that. So let's see. Hey, Ultronymous Jam Killex, good to see you guys. So I didn't play any games yesterday. Maybe I did on stream, right? But in the morning, but right after work, went to go work out. And then right after working out, went to go see Iron-Blooded Orphans, Murder Hunt in the theater. Went with my daughter to go see that. And I've already shot and edited the review. That's going to go out tomorrow. It's not really a review. It's more of an impressions and reaction, because I think it's hard. Sometimes it's hard to just review a movie. Sometimes you can. Like, yeah, that actually kind of informs me, I guess, on the levels of some. For instance, Predator Badlands. I was able to watch that and feel like I could review that. But the Iron-Blooded Orphans Murder Hunt, I guess my review would just seem very shallow in terms of, oh, it was enjoyable. I saw mechs fight each other. But there's something about, and I don't know if it's anime or Gundam, where there's these layers, and it's these. It makes me want to watch it again sometimes to kind of expand the world. The thing is, I wouldn't necessarily say I'd watch this Iron-Blooded Orphans movie again. So, and maybe that's part of it. Maybe because I'm not so invested in that specific AU, that's why I don't feel like I could give a proper review yet until, again, I watch it again, do some research. That's interesting. I don't get that. But, and it's like with a video game. Sometimes I could play a few hours of a video game and feel like, oh, I can review this. But sometimes it's like, I need more time or I can't review this. But something that did happen yesterday, guys, check this out. This is cool. Robot hit other robot with big heavy stick. Yep, that's Iron-Blooded Orphans. Guys, I got the Xenoblade Chronicles X Wii U Collector's Edition. This is not expensive at all on eBay if you guys want to go grab this. You can get between 60 and 90, depending on the condition. Everything was, I love the way the embossed, if that's what you call it, like texture of the front of the box. Really cool stuff in here. I'll open it up real quick. So the box isn't in the best shape, but it's actually in very good shape considering it's like a bigger, thinner cardboard. So yeah, inside, obviously the game, and it is so crazy holding this because I remember, and it's funny, someone else I knew made this comment because I said, hey, have you ever played Xenoblade Chronicles? They're like, nope, but I've seen that cover. And it's like that with every game. It's like, I feel like if you're a gamer and you don't play Xenoblade, you've seen the cover. So just holding this feels good because during the Wii U era, I was a fan of the Wii U. I was a big fan of the Wii U. I did play it a lot. Was able to play that was like the second time I played Bayonetta, and then Bayonetta 2 was on there, and then the 3D Mario Land. I mean, all the games that they ended up porting to Switch except for Star Fox. Also, it came with and I forget the name of the thing off the top of my head. I was just talking about it. Where they're at the computer. At the end, they're finally inside, and they see all the things sitting there, and it's metal. It's USB. It's a little USB drive, and it lights up when you plug it in, so that's cool. Nothing that's a big deal, but also came with this cool microfiber cloth. Nothing. And then this is actually really cool. A certificate of authenticity, limited edition print art. Now, this is a cool one. This is one I could see maybe framing, hanging up somewhere. Or no, the actual painting is badass. Like, this is like old school 80s sci-fi stuff. I think it looks awesome. So, but that's not all. The main thing, the main reason I wanted to get this, it's a giant, I might say giant, but it's a pretty big art book. This is the main takeaway, the atmosphere, the world I was in. I loved it. So by having this book, I can go through and look at like all the art, all the intricacies. I love it when there's books for stuff like, my favorite one is the one I got from, oh my God, why did I forget his name? That special effects dude that did like Starship Troopers, RoboCop, Star Wars, blah, 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 blah. It's at the tip of my tongue. We just watched his movie, Mad World or something. I love art books that have things that I'm really, not just any, but things that I'm really into. I even bought my dad a Universal Monsters art book because he's into, it's not just Universal, or maybe it is. It's just that time period and all that. It's cool stuff. So anyway, if that's something you guys are interested in, it's like you can get on eBay, and it's just so weird to think 2015, like as you age, and the time behind you extends, sometimes it feels like things weren't too long ago. Like for me, it doesn't seem like 2015 was too long ago, but it was over 10 years ago. And that's when this game came out. And I was just thinking of my gaming habits back then, and it's not like they were too different from now. In fact, I think that was before I took the break on Blue Gamer YouTubing for a while. Okay, I got to do this better. Hold on. I want to package this back up better before I move on. But anyway, and so that's why it's been fun. The other part of this, wait, was there something else? Oh, yeah. The Xenoblade Chronicles 2 Pro Controller. Sorry. Anyway, so this is really cool. I like video game controllers. I even had to stop myself from buying them, different types. I do like the Nintendo Pro Controller. So I didn't feel that it would be... So basically, I was able to get this at cost, and it was new. I also think it might be the Japanese one because it's just all in Japanese. But anyway, it's funny. After playing with this, it made me realize just how much better the Switch Pro Controller 2 is in terms of feel and everything, except for one thing mechanically. So in Xenoblade Chronicles, you guys know there's that type of move that happens where you got to press B. It's the soul thing in the soul song or soul. Yeah, something in Xenoblade Chronicles X. It's called something else, I think, in Xenoblade. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. But when I would use this controller, I felt like I would miss it a lot. But when I was playing this morning with this controller, I nailed it every single time. It's even at the point in the game, I don't know if you guys remember this, or it's just I'm noticing it, where that time to press B is much smaller. It was bigger at one point, and then later in the game it gets smaller. And so, but I'm nailing it. And I was like, with this, I'm like, man, is there some input lag I don't know about? So I might have to do some further research, and it could be that the Switch 2 Pro Controller actually introduces input lag, which I want to say, like, sometimes I felt like I was feeling that, and I was like, nah, like, and it was with the Switch, and I forget what game I was playing. It might have been Castlevania, but I remember thinking, man, is the HDMI, the way I'm doing the HDMI in my computer, is that introducing lag to the Switch? But now with this controller, I don't know. I'm gonna have to investigate. That's the interesting thing about playing video games as much as I do, is sometimes you might pick up on patterns of things and then find issues where no one else would bother him. But okay. I think that's it. I think that's it for the little show and tell of the Xenoblade Chronicles X special edition on Wii U, which the next step, which I almost did, but there's no way I could afford that right now, is to go buy, and it's not that expensive, the a Wii U again. In terms of like, it's probably not practical for me to buy a Wii U, but it would be a way to play Star Fox. See, that's the thing. The Wii U still represents a way to play games that you can't do any other way. And yeah, you can with emulation, but Wii U emulation's a pain in the ass just because you have the two screens and one's touch. So what are you going to emulate the mouse to be the touch controls, or like I did with the tablet where it's top and bottom screens touch and all? Like, I don't want to have to get into that mess. I could just get a Wii U. And that was the thing, because I really thought they were going to port Star Fox to the Switch and just change it up. Maybe they're still working on it. Yeah, Star Fox and Metroid. It's interesting how those are two IPs that I think would do better if they just made more games. Like, there's just as many bad Mario games as there's bad Star Fox games. There's just as many bad Donkey Kong games as there's bad Star Fox games. But Nintendo makes more Mario games. So then there's more better Mario games than Star Fox games. Same with Donkey Kong. It's kind of an interesting self-fulfilling thing. I don't know. But yeah, we can look at here 11 hours Xenoblade, probably a little more than that. I am and you know what? I didn't play more than yesterday, so I don't think there's since yesterday when on stream. So I don't think there's much more to say other than, like, it's not exactly what I wanted after playing Xenoblade Chronicles X, but it's definitely a game that I think is worth playing and I need to finish. It is just a great experience. And it is crazy now when I read online stuff about like how amazing Xenoblade Chronicles X was to people, and it would be I wish I played it on the Wii U back when it came out, because it is ahead of its time. Crazy. And then there's been rumors. You know what? Yeah, let me tell you about this. Quick. So obviously, I go down that rabbit hole. Oh no, this is going to be hard to do. There's this dude, very interesting YouTube name, and he has some cool. Yeah, here we go. Niche Quick Pops. He has some cool information on the Xenoblade series and all that. Teasing the next Xenoblade. There's a lot of cool information about the next Monolith Soft game might be, and it might not even be Xenoblade, but it would still be a Monolith Soft game. Part of it, what he was talking about with it being like high fantasy this time around, it would lean more into Western style action. So maybe backing away from not that it's turn based, but the cooldown based semi real time, which that is probably the thing I like the least in these games, but it's just the whole experience. I can overlook it. So if they're coming out with a game that really has more interesting hand-eye coordination, reflex combat, I'm going to be down, because I think that would be a little more fulfilling as I'm running around. But I will say there's an aspect in X, it's a little bit different in one. In Xenoblade Chronicles X, it's just when you go out and there's enemies, like, they don't necessarily chase you unless they have an eyeball icon above them, and they're ones that when they see you, they'll run after you. In Xenoblade Chronicles X, there weren't as many, and if they were, you could go past them quickly. But in Xenoblade Chronicles, there's some areas where you can't get past it. Like, it's like, oh, I have to fight them. They're going to see me. There's nothing I can do about it. And the neat thing about that part of the gameplay experience is that then when I don't want to engage in combat and I really just want to focus on exploration, I can. It's like when you're playing Elden Ring. I mean, I love the Souls games. It has amazing exploration, but you're on edge every second until later on when you know you're a badass, and then you come back to an area and you can just you know clean up. Uh, the exploration part in the Xenoblade games is just so fun, and as I'm going into these new areas in the original, I'll open up the map and be like, "Oh man, I can't wait to explore all this." But I'm having fun just going on this sort of the way the quests are leading me without me having to go into sub menus and choose another. Like, it's enjoyable. We might actually jump in that. I'm on this boss right now that's taking forever, and I think I'm doing something wrong, but I know what I need to do. If that makes sense, we'll check that out here in a second. But guys, that's it. There's nothing much more in terms of what I've been playing. It's Xenoblade right now. Let's see. Just some quick news. This promising new action platformer is built from the ashes of a massive unreleased ROM hack for an SNES classic. If you're a fan of 2D Metroid and are always on the lookout for something similar to add to your ever-growing wish list of games, then you'll want to keep a close eye on Acrolite. Oh, now I want to say I did look this up before, or I have seen this before. Let's check this out real quick. Acrolite. Yeah, it's on my wish list. Okay. Yeah, I do remember looking at this. Yeah, anytime there's news about a 2D game and yeah, Metroid. Yeah, this is way Metroid because of like the shooting and the aiming. And yeah, the way the enemies are. Yeah, this is great. So that's one interesting thing I want to look out for. Is there a game out there that's the true spiritual successor to Super Metroid? And sure, I liked Zero Mission, and there was another one. On the Game Boy Advance, those were okay. And then Metroid Dread on Switch, that was okay. It's just then if you look at Hollow Knight, it's like, okay, this is the best you got, Nintendo. So I'm waiting for a developer that comes out with a Metroidvania that's like the best sequel to Super Metroid. What I'm seeing on this is maybe some of the mobility while in combat. Um, Also, because there's a little crosshair for the gun, even though it's very similar to Metroid where you're shooting in different directions, it could be that kind of adds another element to it. Just kind of like in Metroid, they added the ability for Samus to do that little counter hit, I think, when a Metroid or enemy comes by. So, yeah. All right. Well, we'll see. Okay. And that's it for news. Like I said, boring, nothing going on. There's an update for the Switch, but I won't be doing that right now because I'm in the middle of trying to figure this out. Okay. Okay, so I might... Is that the one I wanted to do? I don't think so. I'm a little closer now that right before we went live, I saw what I needed to do. Bam. Okay. That's funny. I was really on this boss for a long time. And I forgot I had to use this thing to remove its aura. I like that they have the Nopon Tatsu style character. It's kind of like the Haro or R2D2 of other series. Finish him. Okay. That's one way to stop a giant monster, just disappear them. All right, some more story time.
Even though the Telethia can absorb large amounts of ether energy and regenerate at an incredible rate, absorbing so much energy caused it to implode.
Who would have thought? Brute force wins again. Nothing like an old-fashioned scrap.
Implode? Okay. That's one way to disappear.
It was the only way I could think of. If there had been another way...
Don't listen to Dunban. Soon you and that Monado will be unstoppable.
Oh yeah, that somber echoes. Yeah, that did look pretty cool.
Natural. Instinctive. The Monado responded to me, and I harnessed a new power.
You'll get your chance, Shulk. We'll turn that face mech on into scrap.
I know. That's what keeps me going.
Hogard, Garin, Damil Isel, are you there? I did it. It's dead. Did you see? I thank you for your aid in my cause. Justice
All right, justice has been served.
You're welcome.
There you go.
Besides, it was mostly you.
Dino Beast! Hereupon Ricky ready for round 2.
Yeah, lucky him being with this group so that he can fulfill what his destiny with his
It's all
village,
finished.
being a hero.
Couldn't have done it without you, brave little hereupon.
Ricky brave! Ryan also a little brave. Ricky happy?
Okay. I equate that to like the Deku.
Hereupon Ricky, be proud! Hereupon Ricky, tough guy!
Hereupon Ricky, bestest!
Look at him. Barely hit a toe and he gets all the praise.
Oh, let him have his glory. A few days ago, the villagers wouldn't give him the time of day. Besides, won't you miss him just a little bit?
Chief Dunga, Ricky beat Dino Beast. Does Ricky still have debt?
No, Ricky, your debts are repaid. However, while you were gone, your little pawns ate like ravenous Oluga. It set Chief Dunga back quite a bit. No pawn, no frontier village. A new prophecy has been told.
Okay, well that worked out.
Hereupon, Slayer of Dino Beast will further his legend by accompanying the Hum-Hum on their travels and bringing peace to the lands of Bayonnes.
Ricky never hear this.
It was prophesied many years ago.
Chief lying. Chief make a prophecy 1 minute ago. Oh, Ricky mad.
Ricky, go with these people. For the sake of the village, you must go. My instinct is never wrong. Do not worry, Ricky. Your little pawns will be taken care of.
Little pawns.
Dadapon stomach rumble. Dadapon need food. Dadapon need food now.
Dada? Ricky, what on Bayonnes is going on?
Friends, meet Ricky, Wifey Pon, and Little Pon.
You have got to be joking.
Wife and children. Ricky, how old are you?
Ricky have 40 years. Oh,
Wow.
friends look puzzled.
40. Who guessed that?
Just surprised.
Ricky can't catch a break, yeah?
Ricky! Okaboro monies for Little Pond's food. Chief Dunga know best. Ricky must work for Little Ponds to have good life.
Ricky
Hey Chris, you
will.
mind keeping that down just a bit? Because I am streaming right now.
Happy to join friends.
Ryan happy too. Come on, furball.
So does then
Now
he become a permanent
you
part
can
of the party? That would
return
be
with your
pretty hilarious.
head held high, my dear.
Indeed. Thank you, Dunga. My thanks for your gracious help.
Not at all. Peace has been restored to the Makna region. On behalf of all Nopon, thank you.
Chief Dunga is very fond of Melia.
Same hom-hom, different world. Not fair if you ask me.
Interesting.
Chief Dunga,
Getting a little political.
will you kindly grant these Homs passage to Erith Sea? It is my promise to them.
Without question. These hom-hom fought valiantly in aid of our village. And a request by you, my dear, cannot go unanswered. I shall inform the villagers at once.
You are too kind. The chief has spoken. You should depart the Erith Sea at once. Prepare your things and see me.
All right. I like the flow. And I don't know if you guys, it's just like Ocarina of Time. It's like, so here's the thing. I could stay here, right? And maybe, all right. So if I go to quest log, I mean, it's going to be insane. So yeah, you can see most of these early ones I got done. There's new ones that have been popping up. You know what? There's not that many that I haven't done, actually. But, you know, I also probably haven't initiated. I don't know, because sometimes I'm not too sure if I should just keep going or stick around. Let's see. Let me look at my map. Look at this. Yeah, we were playing this yesterday, weren't we? I love the whole, it's a, the Deku tree? I think that's what I keep referring to it as. I forget. It makes me really want to play Ocarina of Time again. Okay. Yeah, Ocarina of Time done.
What will you do now?
A modern remake, not just a remaster, a remake of Ocarina of Time.
Of course.
I don't think we should do that.
But I must warn you, Erith Sea is vast. Do you know where you wish to go?
There's a dark tower at the head of the Bionis. I saw it in a vision. That's where I must go.
A dark tower? Then we need not search at all.
So you've heard of it?
Heard of it? I have seen it. A dark tower at the head of the Bionis. Only one place fits that description. So you know it? I believe what you saw was Prison Island.
Prison Island. Dixon said the same thing.
Indeed.
Prison Island.
Elia, have you ever been there?
I have not set foot upon the island, but I know of it. Prison Island is sealed. No one may enter without Imperial sanction.
Imperial sanction, eh? That means we'll be needing someone to grant us entry. I've heard that Erith Sea is home to an empire ruled by the High Entier. They might be our best chance.
You are knowledgeable for a Homs.
Sanctions? Empires? Anyone help here?
A sanction is permission from someone important. An empire must be a place ruled by an emperor. In other words, we need an emperor's permission to enter the island.
This emperor, is he important?
Long before
I'm talking about
the
sanctions.
colonies, a group of so-called royals.
But I think it was last year, right? It was like at the beginning of last year or spring of last year when that became a whole big thing. And then that kind of went away.
Now I get it.
Like it always does.
Dunban knows more than a textbook.
Are you kidding? That's first year Homs history, Rhine.
I might have slept through that class. So when do we get to meet these High Entier folks?
You are so... Oh, forget it. First, we must travel to the Imperial capital.
We'll see how easy it is to see this emperor.
My promise was to be your guide. I will not break it.
Melia, isn't that the...
The shortcut to Erith Sea? Yes.
So she's joining the party. Heck yeah. Okay. Let's go. Even the music. Very, very much like Zelda. In this game, the music is awesome, but it sounds more like Zelda music, whereas... and a little bit of Yoshi. Whereas I would say Xenoblade Chronicles X is way more epic. Like it's crazy to think how awesome that game is. Oh, look at this. This looks great. I mean, it's funny because this is like lower end graphics, but it's just the way they do everything. It just looks, and then you can just jump down to your death if you wanted to. All right, it is about that time. Nighttime. And then you come up, I mean, there's just no Palm Villager hanging out while you're just kind of looking out like, hey, buddy, what's going on? Beep, 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 alert, alert. Boundaries disappear from right there. Me has been monitoring progress of friends. Thank you. Oh, yeah, he's got his hand up. He is looking across. Awesome view. Okay. Oh, here we go. Yay! Me can send you to Aerith Sea in a flash of light. Yeah, let's do it. "13 steps. Hard to picture you not skipping the story. Haha. Well, luckily, like what we saw just then is like the extreme end. It really does a good job of not overstaying. Where it's like, okay, I can chill with this for a little bit. I think it was like Metal Gear Solid or Final Fantasy or
Jumping ball. All go
not
to
Metal
Aerith.
Gear.
Jump. You're nuts, Purple.
What are some games? Oh, the recent one I was playing, that Trails in the Sky. Okay, let's go in the light. Okay, are you just gonna sit here and think about it? Oh no, he was actually going. Oh, there's an update. Okay. All right, guys. Well, we'll end it here. Oh, look at this crazy cutscene. Oh, Jim Killex, the Trails demo. I talked about it a little bit yesterday. It was too much. I think it was just too much talking, and even the action wasn't that interesting. But the graphics were amazing. The graphics make me want to go back and maybe try it again later. All right, level 32, 12 hours and 23 minutes. I'm going to end it there, all. Thanks for joining. I'll be back tomorrow. Wrong one. But also the main thing is I really can't wait for news to start flowing in again. That's interesting news. So stay tuned for that too. All right, guys, I'll see y'all later. Have a good one.